What is good, my people, my peeps? I have to use this microphone because I am inside Starbucks right now, so I want you guys to be able to hear me. We're going to have a conversation as I chill out today on this beautiful Sunday. It's gorgeous out here. So while y'all get in here, I'm going to have a drink and put on some makeup. But we're going to talk about this bill that is potentially going to get passed in Ohio. And I put a warning to Jake on there because this is a warning to Jake, otherwise known as, formerly known as African American, formerly known as Black folks. This is a warning. So y'all get in here while I get settled and to get my stuff together. So I know you guys have heard about these wrongful shootings that are happening. People are coming, um, going to the wrong house and getting shot, taken out, right? Or at least put in the hospital. So there's a bill getting ready to be passed, or they're trying, let me say, they're trying to pass a bill in Ohio regarding gun laws. Now, hello, Tanya, how you doing today? Long time no see. Glad you stopped by. So, regarding these gun laws, right? And I have a different take on gun laws. First of all, I feel that um, it's a setup for the people of America. I don't know about the gun laws in other countries or what have you, but I do feel that it's a setup for the people in America because we talked about martial law, we talked about things of that nature. Hello, Sergio, how are you doing today? Glad you stopped in. I'm at it again. You know how I do. So we talked about martial law. And let me tell you something. Matter of fact, is it still morning time? No, it's not. But I want to just say I was going to do a broadcast yesterday. Not yesterday, maybe Friday or Saturday morning. And I wanted to say, some of you guys may be too young for this, but good morning, Vietnam. I might start my broadcast off like that because if you don't know, we are in war. Okay, so let's get into it while I am chilling. I hope you guys are having a great day today. Let me see. You're doing good, Tanya? That's great. Great to hear that. And Tanya says, hey, Sergio. Martial law happened when the COVID pandemic hit. Oh yeah. That was part of the plan, most definitely. But I was sitting out on my porch, like I'm back in the day. I ain't got no porch. I got a stoop. I got a little stoop. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't actually sitting out on it. Matter of fact, let me recall this right. Hello, howdy. How you doing? That's where it's at. Um, and I heard, I always hear choppers, right? But I heard these choppers. I'm like, are those choppers? That sounds like a lot of choppers flying. And so I went outside. I was in the house, and I went outside, and I saw all of these. Um, if you like war movies, or like when I was young, I guess I was a different type of child because I like watching shows like MASH, shows regarding Vietnam. I guess it all encompasses history, right? And so I seen these, and I looked it up. I can't remember the name of it now, but as I was looking at it, it wasn't regular helicopters. You know how regular helicopters look. The regular. If you're a target individual, you know how regular helicopters look, right? Because they follow you. I'm not talking about those. I am talking about the choppers that look like it's long like this, but it has two spinning uh, rotators on the top. What are they called? Whatever they're called, you know. So it's long and it looks like that. And as I looked at it, I couldn't remember the name of it, but I cargo came to mind because I remember seeing those like in movies, like for Vietnam, they would use it to pick up soldiers or to drop off cargo. You know, the bays are huge, right? And so they have, they can take soldiers. hmm They can transport a large amount of soldiers in these cargo choppers. And so I seen it was three of them flying. And I'm like, okay, I had seen like two of them the other day. Now they're three and they're in formation, get into formation. You know what I'm saying? They're in formation and they're flying. Now I've been around military all my life. I've never been in the military, but I pay attention because I observe a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And you should too in these days and times that we're in. So I'm like, these choppers in formation, and it's C-40, C-40 something they're called. C-40 something. But anyway, and it's not uncommon to see helicopters, choppers, if you're close to a military installation. It's not uncommon. Okay, so, you know, but these particular types, and I'm going to get into the gun laws. I just have to tell y'all about this before I get into the gun laws because it comes together in the end, okay? So as I'm looking at these cargo planes, that's what I'm gonna call them, cargo planes, and their information. And Good Morning Vietnam came to mind. If y'all know the comedian, he died. Oh my goodness, he played Mort for Mork and Mindy. This is probably beyond y'all time, but he was real funny. And he was a radio host in Vietnam, and their radio station was so bland and boring, and nobody was really getting the news, right? So he would come on every morning, and they were in Vietnam, and he would say, "Good morning, Vietnam," and then get your attention, right? And then he would present the news, music, and to liven up and keep the morale up. So, you know, I just want to keep the morale up since we are currently at war, okay? And so these choppers flew by. So you know me, I went on Google because I want to know what kind of choppers these were. And I found out the name of them. And they can carry up to 140 something soldiers at one time. Now, if you paid attention, or not just soldiers, people, 140 people at one time, right? It's three of them. So I think that's about what? Y'all do the math. 400 plus if it was all people on those choppers. And in my mind, it would have been people on those choppers. I hope y'all are following what I'm saying to you. Because they would not need to transport any armored vehicles on those choppers because, see, we have a train railroad track that goes through this particular area. And trust you me, I've seen vehicles on those tracks, right? Going through recently. And they didn't look like military armor that the United States currently uses in war. They look foreign. I hope you're following me. They look foreign. Now, we all know, and if you paid attention, I told you, we might have police that are shooting up black and brown people left and right. We may have some rogue police out here. We may have military soldiers who are fighting in wars that are occupying places that we really shouldn't be in, right? But with martial law, you're going to have these rogue police losing jobs left and right. Remember we talked about that? You're going to have military soldiers going AWOL because they're not going to want to fight or really destroy their own citizens, especially once they truly wake up. Because once they truly wake up, they're going to realize that we all have been slaves. We all are currently slaves to the corporation of the United States of America. Okay, get into this message. I've told you everybody's slavery has been a little different, but we all are enslaved. Okay, so with that being said, gun laws in Ohio, they're trying to pass a new statute bill. And in this bill, from what I read, the brief little segment I read, um, it's going to allow persons who own guns to be absolved from their responsibility if they kill somebody or injure somebody in a wrongful shooting. And now we know that it was a young boy, I can't recall where they jamming up in here. I used to go out and party. Hold on, let me get this dancing real quick. No, let me stop. Okay, wait a minute. Hey, come on with it. They used to, this guy, he was a little boy, and he went to go pick up his twin brothers and sisters, but he went to the wrong house and got shot. So he's currently in the hospital, right? And then there's another female. I think she was Caucasian. I think she was white, and she got killed. She went to the wrong. Y'all hear the music? Please hit the. Oh, thank you, Tanya. Tell him. Please hit that like bell, that like button. So, a white woman went to the wrong house and she got shot and killed too. And then I think it was some Uber Eats drivers or DoorDash drivers who went to was on somebody's land getting ready to deliver, and the man came out with a shotgun. Let me tell you something. First of all, everybody's on edge. I'm gonna just let you know that right now. If you don't know, you should know. Everybody's on edge. So you can't just be walking up to the wrong door anymore. You better double check, recheck, triple check those addresses if you're going to visit somebody and you don't know exactly where they currently stay, or if you're going to you've been invited somewhere. Y'all better double check. And so these DoorDash people were on this land and they got shot at by someone. And so that's happening a lot lately. But anyway, so in Ohio, they're trying to pass a law, um, you know, absolving any wrongful deaths that a person with a gun owner has shot somebody and caused injury, death, and it will keep that person from having gun insurance. Because we have insurance for your cars, you have insurance for your house. Insurance is, something happens, the insurance company will pay for the incident, or they cover so much of the incident, right? And so with these guns, you can have insurance on your gun. So like if you killed somebody, you can have lawyers in some states. It depends on how it works for your state. But anyway, or you can have the insurance cover the funeral costs because you caused the injury. Well, they don't want the gun owners to be liable for any of that. That's part of this new bill. And so I said, warning to Jakes, right? Because I told you guys that Jacob's trouble is if it's not here, it's damn near upon us, okay? And it's going to be open season for all Jakes. It don't matter, 5-year-old, 3-year-old Jakes, female Jakes. And we already know the male Jakes is, y'all been on the docket, okay? So I thought, wow, they really want chaos to spread, because if a bill passes in one state, it's almost like a beta test. It's almost like, let's see if this passes. And nobody's really looking at Ohio. They were looking at Ohio for all the train tracks and all the derailments and stuff like that, but they're not really looking at Ohio for the gun laws. you know Let's see if this passes, because it's really not talking about taking away guns. It's just talking about taking away the responsibility of the gun owner. And I'm here for responsibility of a gun owner, because I believe in people being able to protect themselves and owning a gun. So yeah, I'm here for a responsibility. So because you should be responsible if you're going to carry that weapon, right? But it just it triggered something, a thought in my mind to, if it's already open season on Jake's, and we have people shooting just because you rang the wrong doorbell, and if this law does pass, well, you're going to have people just really going crazy, right? And shooting and causing harm to one another and being resolved of any, payments that they would have to pay if they were in the wrong, and especially if they didn't get convicted of the incident, right? You couldn't go after their insurance. Like companies, you have companies that are LLC, are incorporated, because when a person sues, you can't go after that particular person, but you can go after the company or the LLC, but you still have a recourse. They're trying to take any recourse away, any type of um, um, uh, retribution that can be resolved from the victim. Okay, so I have a problem with that, and I wanted to talk about that. If that's part of the anarchy that they're going to cause here in America. Okay, and if you got folks that just are snapping, because they're going to be losing their minds around here, they already are snapping and causing harm and don't have any consequences, especially if they're found to be not guilty. Then you're going to have people that have no uh, way to bury their loved ones, no way to take care of hospital bills. And it's going to cause more and more friction between the nations of people that are currently occupying the corporation of the United States, right? And I say, yeah, they're really trying to get anarchy started here. And when I seen those choppers, those cargo planes, I truly believe that people are on those planes. You know those videos that I dropped that are crossing the borders, those male persons that are crossing the border? I believe that they were on those planes, and they're bringing them into certain military installations, training them up, because they're going to allow anarchy to just go wild. And once the police, once the military realizes that, you know what, these are our people, and it's going to hit them. These are our people. Whether you've lived in America, whether you've got a citizenship, whatever the case may be, it's going to realize they're going to realize that we're fighting against us. You know what I'm saying? Um, and a lot of people are waking up to that reality, that instead of unifying, they keep trying to divide all of us, and that helps them to keep or to help fuel the fire, which is going to be the anarchy that's going to happen. They wanted a race war to trigger, um, and it hasn't happened. Even with like the Floyd murder or the Floyd setup, or however you deem that to be, that didn't quite get it right. That didn't get the ball rolling. Um, and they didn't. I don't think they. I think they underestimated the fact of patience. You know that my Jakes have patience, like a saint that we have, right? Hello, how are you doing, Will? Wills. Um, Patience like a saint. The Jakes have. I mean, 400 plus years of patience without, you know, going ham, without truly going in, right? And they're realizing, we're going to have to make another plan to cause chaos, to really get the ball going. But as we do that, we need to train up the people that are going to come in and police the citizens. They're going to need people that can come in and police us. And so those people on those cargo planes that I think truly I feel, the discernment I had just by looking at the plane, because we're not in war. Well, actual war that people would think we were in. Because this is a war of the minds. This is a psychological war that we are currently in. And a lot of us as chosen ones and a lot of us as target individuals realize that we are in a psychological war. We are in a war of um, an invisible war. And we realized that a long time ago. But the citizens of America, corporation, I mean, don't realize that yet. And so those people that were on that cargo plane are being transported somewhere and being trained up uh, for this chaos that is getting ready to come upon us. And I just wanted you guys to be aware. If you are Jake, you know, be aware that this bill is in transit from, how a bill has to, well, it's even hard to even talk to you guys now because everything we learned in the institution of school has been a lie. So, but I can only reference the lies that we were taught, how a bill becomes a law, how we are under a fake president that has no real power, a puppet, how we never won our independence while you guys are out there barbecuing. I hope you don't go out and buy hot dogs and all of that for your Independence Day that never occurred. Everything that we have been taught is a lie. We were never uh, independent from British. We are still under British rules. There are only, three recognized districts: British, the Vatican, and the um, district of what is it? It's not Washington. It's the district of Dominican or something like that, which is Washington D.C. So those are the only districts that are recognized, right, as states, if you will. So everything has been a lie, and I just have to, in my heart and mind, spread the word as long as we have the opportunity to speak through these devices, right? As long as we have presence of mind. Because you see, when chaos hits, it's going to hit us harder than anybody, I think, or any other nation, I think. And they know this. Because you see, nations that have had to go through war in the 1900s, let's say 1998 to, present time, that people are still at war. They know the horror of bombs being dropped. You know, Israel, they're at war over there. These people know the horror of seeing buildings being blown up in front of them. When I lived in Germany, there were, and I was putting on makeup, y'all. So if I look crazy, I stopped putting on the makeup because I got to the conversation. But older German people, I thought some of them were rude until I met a particular German lady that I worked with. That's why it's important to meet different cultures, different nations of people, in my eyes, to understand their background and why they act the way they act sometimes. And I thought some Germans were rude, right? Because they were kind of pushy, or um, if you were like in a store or something, very kind of abrupt. Some of them, not all of them, because I love Germany, because Germany is a beautiful place. But when I relayed this message to a German lady I worked with, and she told me during wartime how when food went short and how they had to fight over food and resources. And then that helped me to understand how people, especially if you're dealing with someone older that has, that's the beauty of having elderly people in your life so that you can learn from them. Uh, you see how they would have to survive. And so they tended to have a pushiness or a controlling, over their food and things of that nature. And so knowing that different people at different times have gone through an experience of war, America has been sitting pretty for a long time. America has been sitting high on the hog for a long time. And we may watch movies, we may watch episodes of movies dealing with war and seeing people run for the borders or run to escape. And it's just a movie to us. It's not reality. But soon, your reality is definitely going to be tried because this false reality of security that you're currently in is getting ready to be shook up to the core. You see, I guess I can say that being a military brat, I have heard bombs drop, um, living on military installations. They practice out in the field, right? So I've heard the bombs drop uh, that they practice with the rounds that they shoot, and they are loud. And if you're close enough to the field, they will shake your home. But see, I've gotten used to that. I'm used to hearing that particular loud sound, knowing, well, assuming that those were not live fire. Tell you, people call. That was a phone call that came through. That was a phone call that came through. So can y'all put a one in the chat if you can still hear me? 'Cause I don't know. And it came through. I don't know if you can still hear me, but I'm going to keep talking. Hearing those bombs drop, America's not. American citizens are not ready for that, right? Um, Having people raid your home. Thank you, Will. Thank you for that one. Thank you, Tanya. Just seeing this. Oh shoot. Oh gosh, stop it. So, yeah, raiding your homes. Knocking, busting down your doors. American citizens are not prepared for that, and I truly believe American citizens do not think that will ever happen here. Um, and I just, with my video, whether you are a Jake, formerly known as a black person, whether you are Edomite, formerly known as a white person, and other nations, I try to inform you of what is coming, the climate changes that are occurring, so you can at least put in your head or try to run a scenario in your mind. What would you do? There was a TV show that was on air a while back, and they would run scenarios of people doing the oddest things. And it was, what would you do if this happened to you? Or if you witnessed this particular incident, what exactly would you do? And that is something that you all need to start really thinking about. What would you do if the lights went out? If there was a solar flash, if there was an EMP, what would you do? You know, we've had conversations like that. What would you do if you heard a broadcast? You know, there's buses that are lining up. Get on the buses. We're taking you to a safe area. What would your response be? Are you so indoctrinated that your response would be, "Oh, they've come to save us. They they're taking care of us. They're taking care of us, right? America has always loved us." Or do they just want their employees, their free laborers, not to hi, Jessica. Yes, Jessica. I thought that was you. I'm good. How you doing? Um, or would you make other plans? Right? What would you do? Time is ticking so fast, and I don't know. I don't know. I just want to put these messages out there to get your mind to going. Hold on, let me read some of your messages. It's cold up in here. I might have to switch and go to the car. I'm supposed to be drinking this cold drink and it's cold. Let's see. Oh, you looked at the bill? Mm-hmm. Okay, it's about removing the need for gun owners to, yep, purchase liable insurance. Yeah, exactly. Not absolving them for liability. Please read it again. Right, like I said, if you were listening to me when I first started the broadcast, I said I took a quick glimpse at that bill, and that's why I'm talking about it. As far as if they're resolving them from having, well, it was talking about them not having liability to uh, cover any medical bills or anything of that nature. So, that's why I came on. If you don't have insurance, okay, let's say this. If you're driving a car and you don't have insurance on that car and you wreck a person's car, um, they have no other means to get their car fixed because you're not carrying insurance, correct? So just because it doesn't require you to have insurance, that it basically is resolving you from taking care of the issue that you caused, the problem that you caused, correct? Or if y'all let me know if I'm wrong. Okay, just because they say you don't have to purchase this after they've been saying you know, this is something you should have in Ohio. Because, like I said, I don't know all of Ohio's laws. I know that this feels like a beta test for the rest of the world, right? So, if they resolve all of us from having car insurance, right? And somebody gets in a car accident, both of them may be in the wrong. Nobody has insurance to take care of nothing, and so you're out of a vehicle. I mean, make it make sense, okay? Make it make sense. Um, so, what was I at? I'm cold, y'all. I can't even think when I get too cold. Um, so back to the anarchy that is getting ready to just be unleashed, and it's a slow build up. Okay, I know. Well, this is just my feeling, how I feel around June, definitely in July. Something massive is gonna take effect. I don't know exactly what it is, but they always have to build up for another major incident. right? Because that is how they can control us more. It has to always be a bigger incident, like we knew from 9/11 when the towers were taken down, right? Um, then they were able to write bills, write laws uh, for your travel. That's why when you go to the airport, exactly, there's going to be like a new 9/11 that's going to happen. And I think it's going to happen like around uh, July of this year. Something major. I can't put my fingers on it to tell you what exactly it is. Um, but when these things happen, that gives them the ability to, write emergency new laws, like the fly. I don't even know what that law is called, but where, you had to go to the airport 8 hours early. Take a strip, get butt naked. We want to make sure you don't have this much liquid in your possession. So they make these stringent laws for more and more control. Okay. Um, okay. Let's see what Tanya's saying. Nikki, my bank ATM, no more cash. Yep, I believe it. And they put a smart ATM. Yes. And see, I don't know. I dropped a video regarding a ATM that they had where either it's like a chip that some people in Switzerland have this chip in their hand for work and for stores. So they a little microchip, but I don't know what kind of chip it's actually going to be. But this ATM that they had the hand palm, and then they had a bar where it can read something else. But I don't know what are the smart ATMs, because I did see another video and I didn't post it, but the other video it's a reverse ATM. So say you don't have a card and the stores are not taking cash. I mean, you don't have a debit card yet and the stores aren't taking cash, but you have cash on you. You can go and put it into an ATM, the cash that you have on hand, put it into an ATM. This is a kicker. These people know they can find a way to get your money. The little pennies that you get. I mean, as much as I'm learning, it blows my mind. But you'll put your money into these ATMs. They'll give you like a debit card, and um, and then turn around on top of that and charge you like $5 for the card that you have to get for the money, baby. It's ridiculous. But I think they're going to be putting these up everywhere too to get the money off the streets. Okay, it's called like reverse ATM because they don't want people to actually have cash money on hand. Um, but the pot is going to thicken, and it has to get hot and heavy because 2030, you guys, let me tell you something. 7 years. 7 years is going to pass so fast. I mean, we're almost in the summertime. It doesn't feel like summer is upon us because we're still having cold weather. You know, if we have cold weather in May, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. um, y'all going to see the climate change is real. Some of y'all don't believe doo-doo stink, like my dad used to say. Y'all, you don't believe doo-doo stink? Y'all don't believe it, but y'all go see it. But yeah, there's going to be some sort of big incident where they can have the opportunity to change more and more laws to lock you down more and more, um, to take away your freedoms, because that's what they want. Uh, a lot of you all have just woken up entirely too much, and they're not liking that. I think they even want to law against the word woke and woke people. Holla back. hmm They want to ban the woke uh, revolution, I guess. But you can't stop something that is taking effect, and it's it's from the Most High, right? We are in autumn. Oh my goodness. Here, we are still getting beautiful weather. Oh, really? Autumn. Oh my God. How are y'all in autumn? That is so bizarre. That's close. Is autumn before fall or fall after autumn? I can't recall. Or is it all in the same? Is it one? I can't recall. But that's odd. So, guys, I just want to talk to you guys about that law. Well, it's not a law yet. It's a bill that they presented, and lately they have been presenting a lot of laws that are affecting Jakes. You Jakes out there, Mississippi has that law that affects a lot of Jakes, um, which means they want, I think it's Jackson, Mississippi, to have all of their persons that are in office be only Edomites, only white people, and no elected official can be of color. And that I believe that recently passed. Matter of fact, I believe that recently passed. Um, it's a lot going down. Oh, okay. Thanks for clarifying. Okay, autumn is before winter. Oh Lord, I know you lied. Y'all not getting ready to go into winter. Y'all in autumn. That's crazy. I'm gonna look that up. That's crazy. My goodness. Oh wow. But yeah, guys. So they throw these little tester kit laws out there just to see where our bills, if it'll stick. And the thing is, you have militias of Jakes. I mean, militias of Edomites that they have their camps. They're ready for a race war, right? They're ready for this division. And if only these people would wake up and realize it is not the people that you should be getting prepared for, that you think have a darker hue than you, that's your enemy. When your enemy actually are the people that said that they were going to govern you, and they did a bait and switch. They actually did a bait and switch. Um, they actually told you that you have constitutional rights, and you don't. Under their bureaucracy and paperwork, you don't, right? Uh, they told you you are a citizen when you're an employee. They told you have a president. Yeah, you have a president of a corporation. It's all malarkey and BS. And the more and more people that stop being entertained regarding, just watching the the football games and the reality TV shows that just show you nothing but drama to for you to escape out of the matrix and the craziness that you know as your world, and really realize that you're a sovereign being, that you are a living being, and they have you on paperwork as a person, a dead being, um, a child. If that would happen, a lot of things would change. We're in our favor as being people, as being beings on this planet, as possessing a soul on this planet. A lot of things would change in our favor. So I don't know. I want y'all to be aware of what's going on. I gotta get up out of here. I breathe in. Um, and y'all, drop a comment if you're catching this broadcast after on the replay, and let me know what you are noticing. Are you noticing massive buildups of military tanks coming through your town on your railroad tracks? See, while everybody's looking one way, they're strategizing. I never read the full book of The Art of War, but I've listened to a couple of inserts and things about the art of war, and I think I've talked to you guys about the art of war. And one way that they have always, you're welcome. One way they have always strategized when it come when it comes to war is distractions. That's I think that's one of their number one ways, one of their number one strategies when it comes to planning and engaging. Y'all hold on. Y'all hold tight. I gotta get out of this restaurant, out of this facility, because it's freezing me. Thank you. Woo, wee, it's cold. Oh Lord. Oh my gosh. Oh Lord, that stuff feels so good. It was freezing in there, y'all. Oh my goodness. Oh, I should sit out on the deck. I couldn't take it no more. I felt like I could not get it together. Oh, hold on. But one of their military strategies, and it has always, I think it's, why I got this earpiece there. It has always been one of their strategies in war is distraction. To have you look one way while they're setting up, what do I have up here? Oops. While they're setting up an attack the other way. Hold on for a minute. That sun feels so doggone good. The sun feels amazing. It was freezing in there. You know what? Yeah, let me finish this statement because I'm about to sidebar real quick, and then I'm going to end this live stream. Um, that has been their number one strategy is distractions. In the Art of War, they talked about a strategy that they had, and it was I think it was World War One. DJ. I think that happened. I think that was World War One. But anyway, if I'm wrong, y'all, let me know. Oh, hold on. Stop it. Where they had general, they wanted to storm. I think it was World War One, and they wanted to storm the beaches of Normandy. But if you know anything about history, and you know the beaches of Normandy, that was a battle that they won. But the beaches of Normandy were like this is the beach of Normandy. This piece of paper, right? It's a flat beach, but it's like lined with high, like a mountain range. Before, so there's a mountain range. There's an ocean. There's the beach, which is wide open, and then there's a mountain range that are right here. And so they wanted to storm that beach. But if you are a wise strategist, right? You're a general with wisdom. The German military had already line the tops of the cliffs with their soldiers. So if you came down with your ship and dropped your troops off in their little boats and they landed on the beach and tried to run up the beach, well, this is wide open. So they're going to get taken out, right? This is a suicide mission. This right here is a suicide mission, right? Because Germany, they have their people on the cliff, so all they have to do, they just like shooting fish in a bowl, right? Poof, poof, poof. Suicide. So the Art of War talked about how they knew that was a suicide mission, how they knew that they had to strategize and use their number one plan of attack. And what do we know that as? Distraction. In the Art of War, it talked about they were going to plan to strike Normandy, and they knew they lost a lot of soldiers in that battle, but they knew that was the potential that was going to happen. But Normandy Beach was here, and there was another little island. Y'all know I love giving y'all I try to give y'all some props. There was another little island kind of that set like off the side. It's set, off to the side of Normandy. Normandy's here, and there's another island that was close, but it wasn't, Normandy. And they didn't really want anything on this island. This island was just an island. But they sent intel. They sent, there's always double spies and lying, dropping little information, saying that they were the U.S. government was going to attack this island, and they weren't going after Normandy because they knew Normandy was already heavily armed, heavily guarded, and so the intel, the double spies, and went all up in Germany, dropping lies to confuse the military, because everybody got a spy out there, right? Confuse the military German soldiers that they were going to attack this island to get closer to Normandy, So America sent fake, looking like boats and looking like tankers to this island right here that wasn't Normandy, looking like they were getting ready to attack Normandy. So Germany switched up their strategy and had sent a large number of their soldiers over to this little Peasley Island. The distraction, your football games, the distraction. Oh goodness! And Texas Sun ain't no joke. They sent their the distractions, this little island. That's where they sent a lot of their soldiers, and the beaches of Normandy. Can y'all see this thing? Look like it's getting dark. Let me see. Let me move from this position. And the beach of Normandy, they left soldiers there. They knew that the soldiers that were going to bombard this beach, a lot of them were going to get taken out. But America, still, they had massive soldiers that were going to storm Normandy, and they stormed the beaches of Normandy, and they took out Normandy. That's why that's called D-Day. Are you ready for D-Day? Because D-Day is coming here again. Don't be distracted, okay? Don't get hoodwinked, okay? D-Day is coming again, and it's here on this plane, which we know in this country, in this corporation. I don't know when they're going to strike. I don't know the main plan, but it's all about distractions. It's all about getting you to watch the football games, getting you to sit there and see who's the first line. The draft pick. Getting you to think about going and buying your barbecue meat, your pus-filled meat, and your bacteria meat, and your human mixed up. Human DNA meat for the 4th of July. When y'all ain't independent from nobody, you're still under British rulership. The distractions that they have lined up for you. It's D-Day. I don't know when, The official drop is going to happen. Don't get taken out. All right. Don't be distracted. Let me put my seatbelt on. I know you have to have some form of some kind of release, stress relief. You know, I'm not saying that you always have to be on guard, but in this day and time, you can't afford to be running around focusing on petty, insignificant issues. It's not, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, it's just not wise to be focusing on petty, insignificant issues, you know? You should understand that you can't control anyone's life. You can't control the outcome of anyone's life. You can control the outcome of your own circumstances to the best of your ability. Because the final control, the final say so is going to be said by the Most High. Okay? Regardless if you believe it or not. Plotted to, we have gang stalkers. We have people that they really think in their mind, in their mind's eye, that, they're doing something. When, by participating in, gang stalking or gangs or groups, that they're affecting your life. These people are delusional. They think that they're affecting your life. Like I was saying, if these like militia groups really understood, really came to the understanding that it's not us that we should be fighting against us. These people, do they not see that the street? It's not us that should be fighting. I'm talking about the people of the land. Whether you're black, white, all those colors that they indicate people by. Whether you are any of that, it's not us that should be fighting us. It's the powers that be that you should be worried about. So what did I do with my It's the powers that be that you should be worried about. And trust me, if you are in a militia group, if you are involved in you can to lose their life, power, or some form of self-esteem, because You have none. Being a soul being on your own, it really doesn't, and you really have no effect on someone's life. Even if you hear about people that first were awakened to the program of being targeted and they committed suicide or something along those lines because of the targeting and being thrust into uh, our awakening into a world that really has yeah still there. I told you it's hot out here, hot in Texas. Um, the phone went out because of the heat. Hold on. The phone went out because of the heat. It's entirely too hot right now today. I was saying before I get off of here, the people who feel that they need to be a part of an organization that is just, well, quite literally, um, quite literally, are trying to maneuver or control other people's lives and the outcome of their lives. And I was saying, even though that there were people who realized early on that they were being gang stalked and they committed suicide because they were thrust into this reality of really a lawlessness, and the laws that only will protect those who are the ones running the show. And they committed suicide. And so some of these people who participate in gang stalking are gangs, really. Oh, hello, Mr. Brooks. How are you doing? Um, those that participate in gangs and gang stalking and any organization where you are trying to control the outcome of somebody's life, you're really not. You're just doing the you're actually just doing the bid of the devil. I mean, the spirit of Satan is just actually
running their lives if they're participating in these particular activities. I mean, I even have heard of churches having people spy on other church members, and I'm like, do you not realize how uh how sinister and wicked that is? But obviously they don't, because people that have to send other people to watch and spy on you are the weakest people, because this is not someone that you're in war with. This is someone that you or the person that or whoever's gang stalking you or following you. They want to control that person, and see, that should let you know, as a chosen person, as a targeted individual, how powerful you are, simply in your own essence of being a person, a human, that literally it takes a group of people to watch you, follow you, report on your activities back to someone. How powerful are you as a person if somebody is doing that to you? Think about that. And a lot of people feel like that their power is being taken away because these people are invading their space, right? Invading, trying to. These people are trying to be a part of your life in any way. So they have to live or be a part of your life in the shadow of your life and think that they are a powerful person. But they are so very weak as a person. Here they go. Where they at? I hear them. Here they go. Here they go. You know, so very these people are so very weak. What are you saying? That's right. That's right. God runs everything through. No, that's right. That's right. These people, and the funny thing is, well, to me, let me say, for me, the funny thing is that they can't, they don't realize that they're making a decision. And now I'm just talking about the people that are actual people, okay? That you know have made a decision to be evil. Because if you don't know, you should know by now that there are people that are clones. There are people that truly do not possess a soul. They are truly programmable entities. I'm not talking about those beings because they have no. They're truly just a robot, a bot to be programmed at the will of the programmer. I'm talking about people who made a choice to be evil, made a choice to try to control another being, another soul. And see, what they don't realize is they have made a horrible, horrible decision, and especially at this time that we are in. 7 years. 7 years is not. It's a short. Thank you. 7 years, like I was saying, is a very short time. Is a very short time, and that's the remaining of their rulership before a lot of chaos is going to take effect. And I'm just saying, if you are on that other side, if you haven't been given over, I say repent. Repent now. It's not worth your eternal life damnation to be thrust into an eternal hell. And before I get out of here, I want to say I know a lot of people don't believe in hell or a form of hell, because they say that that's a mindset, which, as people of color, we have been living a hell, as our days go on through oppression, slavery and so on and so forth. On top of the slavery that encompasses everyone, we have truly been living in hell. But with this great reset, you will hear people, it has happened on this planet before. With this great reset, I don't know if people really understand that this is going to be the final reset of this planet. Because however you believe in paradise, heaven, or whatever, this planet is a living organism, okay? Planet Earth is a living organism. And everything on this planet is going to be renewed. You hear about, and I know some people who believe in, who are religious people, instead of understanding about, the Most High and everything, or maybe these people haven't been awakened to the true knowledge of God or whatever. How you hear, if you mention reincarnation to these type of people, they will say, oh no, that doesn't exist, or regeneration, no, that doesn't exist. Or even if you mention aliens or something along those lines to someone who is religious, right? Oh no, that doesn't exist, because it doesn't exist in their frame of thought, right? Because how they've been indoctrinated into churches, and how the churches have taught a message. But if you were a Christian, or if you are religious and you have that religious spirit on you, you should know that if you believe in Yahushua, formerly known as Jesus, and that he would be considered an alien, or a what do they call him? If I was talking in today's terminology, how you hear a lot of people talk about coming from the heavens, right? Star seeds or of that nature. He would be considered that, because he came from the heavens down through the vessel of a human, right? Okay. Any angels that have come from heaven down here and interacted and shape-shifted are considered aliens, because they come from outer space into this realm, into this dimension, and they would be considered aliens, especially how the Bible really describes them. But you have religious people that still are indoctrinated into how they were taught. They think that some angels look like little chubby fat kids with wings, or just angels with flowy blonde hair, and they don't think that these angels have eyes all over and wings, 7 and 8 wings, are fiery angels, are angels with 3 and 4 faces. You see what I'm saying? So they have been indoctrinated in a way of this realm, and they can't understand that if they're religious or they believe in any of that reincarnation is what the Most High talked about, because when he comes back, Yahushua will be regenerated into a new body. And so it seems as if they can't wrap their head around that. And that's what their goal is, or their goal would be to be right, live right, be honest people, so that they can live again. But living again does not mean that you're going to be a different soul. because energy doesn't die, it just transfers. So you'll get a new body, hence reincarnated or regenerated. And so this is where people don't want to really use logic when it comes to understanding what is happening on this planet. And they don't want to really go into depth into revelation to understand that this is the most important. This time is the most important time to make a decision, to make the right decision in your life, because this, from what Revelation, because Revelation is revealing everything at the end of this cycle. And this is the last time that soul regeneration, reincarnation. You know, you hear people, oh, don't go to the moon, all this other stuff, because they're talking about being reincarnated and coming back and learning the lessons over and over again, because there's nothing new under the sun. All of these souls, all of us have been here before. And, you know, a lot of religious people, they just can't understand that. But if they really open their eyes and read the book, they would understand that you have been here before and you're just coming back. But this particular time that we are living in right now, from what Revelation is saying to you all, is the most important time in your life to make the right decision in your life to who you will stand for and stand with, because there is not going to be another recycling of souls. The souls that are here and the souls that choose to make the right decision will regenerate or reincarnate, but they will reincarnate or regenerate into a incorruptible body that can never be destroyed again. And the souls that don't get right, that choose the other side, their spirit will regenerate, but they will have chosen a side of torture and torment forever. And see, that is what a lot of people, I think, are not understanding. These people that are choosing to be wicked are choosing a destiny, their eternity of hell and torment forever. They're not. This earth is going to be renewed. This is where the people who have chosen to worship the Most High God, they're going to dwell on this planet, nowhere else but this planet. And there is going to be a place of torment for the people who have chosen the wrong side to be on. You gang stalkers, you people who think that you can invade and watch and follow and manipulate, choose this day who you will serve. Because you can actually choose the wrong side, and in doing it in this day and time is detrimental to your eternal soul. And so I just wanted to say that before I got off of here, just to let you guys know. Choose this day who you will serve. And you know if you're doing wrong, if you're doing wrong or right by yourself or by somebody, okay? You know that for a fact. So I'm out, and I hope you guys have a blessed day, a blessed rest of your week and life. Make the right decision in your life, and much love.